this is amazing. This is, we're all going to remember this our whole lives. And
the Nuggets drew thousands of fans into downtown to celebrate the team's first NBA championship.
But there is a Denver police officer in the hospital tonight with serious injuries. This after one of the parade fire trucks ran over his leg, trapping him underneath.
School resource officers are up for a vote at the Denver Public School Board meeting this afternoon. We'll give you an update.
Today was parade day with thousands upon thousands of Nugget fans gathering to celebrate the team in and around Civic Center Park. But amid all the positive activity there was also a Denver police officer who was seriously injured.
That officer was walking next to the fire truck with the star players. The sergeant was in the middle of the street when people in the crowd broke through the barricades and ran towards the truck. Not long after that, that fire truck ran over at least one of his legs. 9 News reporter Steve Steger is joining us from Denver Health. And Steve, the chief says people weren't supposed to be in the streets. They weren't supposed to get that close when this happened.
Yeah, if you were along the parade route today, you likely noticed it. It really stuck out. The crowd of people following that float, that fire truck carrying Nikola Jokic, carrying Jamal Murray, and carrying the Larry O'Brien trophy as it made its way down Broadway toward the city and county building where that rally happened later this afternoon. So Sergeant Dodge was in the crowd. He was trying to stop people from getting too close to that fire truck when the worst happened.
On a day meant for celebration, a scary moment.
It was horrible. It was a sad sight.
Former 9 News photojournalist Brian Willey had his camera near the corner of 13th and Cherokee, hoping to capture happy moments.
The truck was on top of him, and this is one of the biggest fire trucks that Denver Fire has, one of their big aerials. And
police say DPD SWAT Sergeant Justin Dodge was trying to keep a crowd of people away from the truck carrying Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray when his leg got clipped by the truck's tire, trapping him under it.
Like, his legs were completely under the front wheel, and they started banging on the truck to back it up. The driver didn't understand what was going on. He kind of kept going forward.
Finally, they got Dodge out and rushed him to Denver Health.
As of this time, he is in stable condition. He does have a severe limb-threatening injury. He was taken to the operating room by our world-class orthopedic team.
Dodge was doing something he shouldn't have had to do.
There were reinforcements to keep folks out of the street, significant fencing. We had officers throughout the parade route.
And yet people still got through those barricades into the street and crowded that last fire truck.
I think the officer was doing his job, protecting the public, and unfortunately was injured.
It's a horrible ending to what a great celebration, because both Denver Fire and Denver Police are doing everything they can to keep everybody safe, and that's all that officer was doing.
So when we last got an update from DPD at 2:30, Dodge was in surgery at the time as doctors try to save his leg with what they call that limb-threatening injury. DPD says that Sergeant Justin Dodge is a veteran officer on the SWAT team, that he is highly decorated, which means he does the job pretty well. They call what happened today a terrible accident.
Yeah, it was terrible. And the fans were excited. No one was thinking in that moment, and it sounds like, in just hearing from Brian and others that saw that, it was devastating to witness.
It's a horrific moment. Brian actually talked about Jamal Murray is up in the bucket of the fire truck, and he's signing autographs. He looks down and he sees what's going on, and he said that Jamal Murray worked very quickly to try to calm the crowd down because he knew what was going on below him, wanted to try to get the area clear so that the police and first responders could get in and help and try to get Justin Dodge to the hospital as quickly as possible.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
There was also this as well. Denver police say that 2 people were hurt in a shooting near the Rock Bottom Brewery at 17th and Curtis. That's near, of course, where the parade route was just after the rally had ended. They now say that 2 men have serious injuries. Chief Thomas said they don't believe this had any relationship to the celebration, instead describing it as a targeted shooting. So far, no one has been arrested. Of course, this is happening while police also were trying to keep track of tens of thousands of people that had all come in and packed downtown.
So many people want to be a part of this, participate and cheer on the team through the parade and the rally, and they brought the energy. And even though Nikola Jokic was disappointed initially that the parade was a full 3 days after their big win, he was there. Fans knew he was eager to get back to Serbia. One couple had a sign, "Let Joker go home." At the rally, he made it clear, though, he's glad he stayed. He loved it, and so did his little girl up front.
Well, the players, they can't get enough of that. The Larry O'Brien trophy that they won on Monday night, they were holding it every chance they got, many taking selfies with it, others getting other pictures taken. So many great moments today, it's hard to sum it all up. Let's try, though. Here's a look.
I need to hear the noise. Hear the noise real quick. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, 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 yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. You know that I told that I don't want to stay on parade, but I want to stay on parade. This is the best life. Yeah, this is amazing.
We could not have accomplished this without you. You're a part of this. So I want to say, Nuggets Nation, I love you. Nuggets Nation, let's do it again.
And one question. One more here?
You heard it here first. Nuggets fans, make some noise one more time for your 2023 NBA World Champion Denver Nuggets!
All right, so we learned a few things today. Our professional coaches get emotional at these contests.
Yes, they do.
Just like last year with Jared Bednar. We learned that Bruce Brown really wants to come back. And the Nuggets really want him to come back. And the other thing, when Nikola Jokic sometimes uses profanity, we now call that landeskoging.
Yes, it is.
He dropped a landeskog a couple times at the parade. So a lot of emotion coming out from that stage and being shared with all the fans today. Well, the showers and storms held off for today's parade festivities. Seeing some of the darker clouds now, though, some rain and small hail actually falling around parts of the Denver area. Tomorrow, maybe a bit cooler, but we should finally see the temperatures begin to warm up. Kathy will join us with all that about the storms and our forecast in just a bit.
The DPS board is discussing whether or not to bring school resource officers back on campuses. The issue reignited after several shootings on or near DPS campuses this school year, including 2 at East High School. Kevin Vaughn is live at the district headquarters for the latest on that. Kevin?
Kim, the first order of business was for the DPS board to try to decide what they're actually going to vote on. Once they get through that, they'll have 2 proposals to consider. One would allow returning armed officers to schools. The other would assign officers near schools with the ability to respond to incidents, but not assign them to any specific campus. It was 3 years ago that DPS ended its partnership with Denver Police to provide armed SROs in schools. But this year, after several shootings on or near DPS campuses, including those 2 at East High School that you mentioned, the board is now revisiting this policy. SROs have been a controversial issue, with both district leaders and families split on what they want. Kim, this meeting may go on for a while. We're going to be here until it ends, and we'll have much more tonight on 9 News about whatever decision the board ultimately makes.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin.
Coming up in other news, the Associated Press says lawyers for the Club Q shooting suspect are making a plea deal. A friend of one victim is weighing in on the news.